The next 5 to 6 hours, it's getting extremely closely. So well-defined eye. Here's the immediate coastal areas there of Louisiana, and this is where we're expecting to make landfall. I was really trying to pinpoint on the map. It's going to be towards Grand Isle. So if you're familiar with this, and then just north of that is New Orleans. So southeast Louisiana bracing for a very powerful, strong Category 4 hurricane to make landfall between about noon to 1 o'clock today. The latest track from the National Hurricane Center. Now, this was the update that happened with this track. Take a look at the max sustained winds. This afternoon, as it's expected to make landfall, winds could be at 155. If this would have said 157, we would have had a Category 5 hurricane on our hands. So we are really bracing for a serious situation to unfold across the most of the coastline of Louisiana. So the latest track now at Cat 4, expected to make landfall right around our lunchtime hour, even overnight tonight as it weakens. Notice still a Cat 1 by this evening. So we're going to have several hours after this makes landfall to not only bring the storm surge and the really strong winds, but of course so much rain along with it right up and down the state of Louisiana at this point. And the impacts are going to be felt from areas well east and well west. As far as the winds go, we're going to continue to monitor from the National Hurricane Center as hurricane hunters are flying in. They're investigating Hurricane Ida at this point. If they do find winds, they did find one up to 160. If we do see that again, the pressure has continued to drop this morning. Again, we could have a Cat 5 on our hands. And then to go ahead and bring in Tim Pandages. I know you've been monitoring not only the status, but of course that wind field along with it. Break down what you've been tracking as far as those winds go. I'll send it over to you.
Yes, so to give us some comparison here, a Category 1 hurricane at 75 miles per hour compared with a Category 4 hurricane at 150 miles per hour. The Category 4 is 256 times more damaging. The multiplier in terms of damage is that much higher. It's exponentially higher with the amount of energy being released in the way of wind and wave action from the storm as it builds inland. Right now it's sitting at 150. Gusts are 165 to 170. So this storm, it may even get a little bit stronger. It's still got about 6 to 8 hours over the open waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Sustained winds right now, we've got a buoy right in that northeast quadrant where we're finding the strongest winds sustained at 84. And on radar, this eye has been within range of radars out of New Orleans for about the last 12 hours or so. And you can see it's a rather large